Hello guys, thank you very much for trusting in the Singaporeans brand and always staying tuned to listen or watch the videos that I post. I'm very much grateful and I say a very big thank you to you. If there is any suggestion or any comment, anything that you want to talk to me about, please drop it in the comment section and I'll definitely take note of it. Now let's look at what we have for the week. For this very week, I'm not expecting much from gold because everything that we have been talking about since last week is still playing out, and we haven't had any change in whatever we have been doing. Now, before we move on to this week, let's have a look or a recap of what we were expecting last week. With last week, we were looking at price respecting this very level after a breakout, price respecting it to give us a touch on 34.35. That was what we were looking for. And as you can see, we had that particular move. But what was a blockage for us was this particular zone that we saw price not being able to go over, which is our 33.60 zone. So on Wednesday, when we did the analysis, we were looking at it that if Thursday candle is not able to hold up the upper part of 33.65 and we have a break of it, then it means that on Friday we will be looking for selling opportunities if still price is not able to break above it. And when you look at it, we had a break on Thursday with a 4-hour candle breaking below it, signaling that we are going to have more selling pressure on Friday. Now, when we did the analysis on Thursday, we were looking at two scenarios: that the 4-hour candle should be able to close above our 33.65. That should give us a full buy confirmation for us to enter buy in the market. Anything apart from that, when we have a sell confirmation, it means that we short the market down. Now, in shooting the market down, we were also looking at price using this side as liquidity, because if selling pressure come into the system, we were not looking at buying from this particular area when we did the analysis on Thursday and Friday. What we were looking at is the moment we have price selling, once we have a break, we have the sell coming down, then it means that price will be using this spot as equal low liquidity. And if we are having equal low liquidity here, there is no need for us to take our buy from this point. And so we were looking at taking a buy from our 33.15 zone, which could possibly take us to our 34.35 zone. And when you look at it from the 1 hour time frame, you realize that when price got to the 33.15, 33.20 zone, we had a pullback. From the analysis that we did, we know that once we have a pullback from here, for buy to continue, the zone that we did not take our buy because of the liquidity, price should be able to break above it to give us a confirmation to climb higher. Anything apart from that, we still continue to sell. And as I said the other time, if we would continue to sell, then in worst scenarios or in the extreme high, we will be selling to this particular point, and then we look for a possible retracement to the upside. That is our 32.85 zone. So as we can see, everything that we discussed playing out as we discussed it. On our Friday, what we also discussed about is, should price fall back to this our extreme zone, it doesn't make our structure bearish. We will still be in our bullish move should price have that. Why did we say that? Once price has begun our bullish move, every bullish move has higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, depending on what structure, whether we are in an impulsive move or we are in a corrective move. Now, this particular zone is where we have our impulsive move that started for the main bullish move. So when you look at our main bullish move, you will realize that we have price starting the bullish move from this point to this point. So this was the last higher low point that was created by price that gave birth to this higher high. Everything that we are seeing here is just a correction that we are seeing. And with the correction, we had the higher low point starting from this particular point. Now with this as the beginning of our next impulsive move, we are expecting price to continue to the upside, whereby it will be able to break this last higher high point in order for us to continue the bullish move. So that is what we are hoping for. Now that the impulsive move has started, we should also note that in every impulsive move, there are impulse correction move. So what we can see here is within this impulsive move, price is correcting itself within this particular stage. So from here, with this correction, we have started another impulsive move within our major impulsive move. So within the major impulsive move that we are having here, we are still going to have impulse correction until price is able to break this last high point that it has created. So here, whatever we are witnessing here is just the smaller impulsive move that is happening within the bigger impulsive move. So with this, we are expecting price to go higher and possibly come back to respect any structural point and continue the structure higher. Now what we are seeing, we can see that price is dropping below. Should price drop to this very low point, it doesn't change the structure in that this impulsive move would be giving birth to a possible double bottom that will allow price to shoot up, because we can also use a double bottom to shoot up in what? The bullish market. So should price fall back into our extreme zone of 3240, then I will be looking out or expecting a move like a double bottom that will shoot price to the upside. And if that happens, in another way of viewing price, we would also be having something like a head and shoulder pattern, whereby we would have this side as our left shoulder, we would have this particular side as our right shoulder, and then we would also have this particular part as our head. So looking at it, we can confidently say that a lot of things are coming together to let us know that our bullish move that we are on, or our bias for the bullish move, has not cancelled, and then we are still holding on to our bullish move, but just that price is on a retracement basis. As I keep saying, definitely if we would turn our attention to be bearish, then we are looking at this, our zone, which is coming from the weekly level, to get broken. That is our 3240 zone. Once we have our 3240 zone broken, then it means that I will be turning my attention to selling the market. Once I have it broken, I sell the market to this point, that is our 3160 zone, and look for possible buy opportunities. Why do I look for possible buy opportunities? Our last impulsive zone beginning, where the impulsive zone began, has not fully getting what? Broken. So we'll still be in the buy mode. But once that zone gets broken, then it means that I turn my attention fully to be bearish. But for me to be bearish, this is the first zone that will give me the hint that I need to turn my attention to be bearish. So basically, this is what we have been looking at, and we are still standing by our analysis. But for us to have a clearer view for this very week, let's just have a clearer picture, the points or areas where we will be looking at for this week. So for this week, this is what we would be working with. Entry points and entry areas that we'll be looking at. Now, with what we are saying, what I am expecting from price is for price to drop a little bit into this support zone, which is coming from the weekly level. So it's a weekly support resistance level that I'm expecting price to respect, which is our 3300 and our 3290 zone. Should price respect it and give us a buy confirmation, then I would be shooting the market to the upside. And our first target for the week to confirm our possible buy move to 3,500 will be to the same place, 34.35. Since we were not able to hit that target last week, we just have some few pips to get to our intended target, which we didn't get to this week. That is still my target for the week. Should price give us that move that we are looking for? Now, if this move happens whereby price is able to test this weekly level and give us that buy move that we are looking for, I would be looking at price breaking this level, which is our 33.35 zone. Once we have a break of that level, it gives me full confirmation for buys. So if I have a little bit pullback into this zone, whereby price is able to break above 33.35, then it gives me full confirmation to be bullish for the week, either using the 4-hour candle or using the daily candle. Once I have a break above this, it gives me, that is the 33.35 zone. Once I have a break above it, then it gives me full buy confirmation for the week. And with that, I know definitely we will be heading towards our 34.35 zone, which is our first target for our buy. But if that does not happen and price respects that particular level, we can definitely have a pullback into this. But if price respects this particular level, I will be expecting price to either respect back the support resistance zone that we are having here. If not, if there is a break, I would be selling the market to our last buy zone, which is our 32.40 zone. And then I look for buy confirmations that will lead us to our 34.35 zone. Still paying attention to our 33.35 zone, because that has become the key zone that when it is broken, we will be able to confidently say that our buy move is enforced. Anything below our 33.35 zone, sellers are still in the market. And so we look for selling opportunities that will lead us to 32.40. And then we build up from there to shoot the market to our 34.35 zone. If price is able to get to this level, then we will be having something like a double bottom, as I talked about, to push us to the upside. So this is basically what I am looking out for. On the worst scenario, then I would be looking at, should price respect this particular level we're talking about, which is our 33.35 zone. Should price respect it and give us more selling pressure? And should price break our zone, our weekly support zone, which is at 32.90 zone, should price break it to give us more selling pressure, then it means that if we don't get a buying opportunity from our 32.40 and price keeps on selling, once we have a break below our 32.40, then I would turn my attention to, let's say, 80% bearish or 70% bearish, because in that case, price is strongly telling us that we are going bearish. And if that happens, it means that the structures we are having will begin to change from a bullish structure into a bearish structure. And if I turn my attention to the bearish, I will keep my eye at where our impulsive move began. That is our 31.25 zone. That is where we had our impulsive move beginning from that particular point. So should price continue to sell, that is where I will keep my eye on. A break below it, Then finally, it tells me that price is now bearish, and so I have to continue to look for more selling opportunities. But until then, as I said, for this week, we continue to be bullish, and if we are bullish, we are looking at price respecting this level or even moving from its current position to give us a bullish continuation, whereby we would be looking at a break, possibly a little dip into this, break above this, a retest of that particular zone to take us to our 34, 35. And we should note that for our full bullish move, we are looking at 33, 35, breaking and holding to confirm full bullish move for us. Other than that, anything below it, we will be looking for selling opportunities. But if we don't get this first move and price breaks below our weekly support zone, that is 3300 and 3290 zone, we look for a retest of it that will bring us to our 3240 zone to shoot the market up. So for my buy scenario, these are the two possible areas I'm looking for, but I'm looking out for the first scenario, which is the arrow in black to happen. I'm looking out for the first scenario to happen. Either we have a pull to the top, break, a retest, and then we continue the structure, or the next scenario would be for me to look out for a blue scenario. Thank you very much, and I hope you keep enjoying the analysis that I post. This is for the week, but remember, I come your way every day to bring you the daily possible entry zones or possible areas where we can have a look at in order for us to have our daily trades. Remember to check through the description for a link to my Telegram channel where I drop setups concerning whatever we have discussed here for us to benefit from the market. Continue to send the word to your friends, share the channel to your friends, subscribe, let your friends subscribe, and we all learn from the market through the analysis that I give here. Thank you, and I'm very much grateful for you listening. Have a blessed week and enjoy your trading week. Bye bye.